Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai, or the 7 Deadly Sins, which is on chapter 214. So it looks like to me this chapter of course showed a lot of what really happened and what would have happened should something really go down the same road or path. But the ending of this chapter right here, guarantee we're all going to die if things do not go up so well, because that ending right there is like you just entered hell, you just entered death row already. So if anything else, let's just get this recap started. We had to it that it picks off from last week's chapter, of course, and that's where King was about to kill Ro, and Ro drops Harari and says, "Go on, kill me," But we have to it that Gluckshina remembers that time like when he petrified Ban, and that's when his sister's words hit him, like, Ban knew you were my brother, and that's why he taunted you and let you spear pierce him and turn him to stone. So that's when he stopped his attack not to kill Ro, but apparently he says he can't kill you, but Ro's body was already annihilated, and he goes like, hold up, I didn't kill you though, I stopped my attack last minute. But the moment he turned around, it was the real Gluckshina who's crying in tears and killed Ro. And that's when King wakes up from terror or screaming, And that is when Gluckshina talked to him and goes like, so that was your kind of choice right there, huh? And therefore he asks Gluckshina like, what just happened right there? And Gluckshina says, well, it's what as you saw. I killed Ro out of anger and rage, But that was not enough to quell my vengeance and rage. That's when I turned on Stigma and killed all of those members who was unable to protect humanity and humankind or his sister. And therefore before he realized it, he actually ended up fighting as one of the 10 Commandments, And what else is worse is that Gluckshina is like, he did not know that Harari was still alive, and he didn't even bother to figure that out by then. So King was actually surprised because he made a choice beforehand, before Gluckshina made his. He goes like, are you really going to compete me over that? But he also asked King this question, like, since you didn't kill him, why did you come up with that kind of answer, or why didn't you kill Ro at all? He goes like, because Ro was not true evil. At least all the opponents King mentioned that he fought in his life, they all had their own circumstances why they inflicted these kinds of actions. The man who was nothing more than a low-life scumbag was the one person that was irreplaceable in this world to my sister, That's what King says. You're the same thing, right? Ro might have been something to Harari in the end, and that's when I thought I couldn't kill him, And that's when Gluckshina says, yeah, you know what, because of that stupid sweetness and that naivety of yours that I sympathize with you is why I spared you or didn't kill you in the battle and gave you the trial, Because true evil actually exists in this world. And that's why King says, I'm going to continue fighting everything in my last fiber in my body and protect the other people important to me, And therefore Gluckshina says that King passed his trial. He says but King also asked the question, was that an illusion or was that the real thing? And Gluckshina says that was the real thing. If it had been an illusion, you would never be able to talk to the people the way you did. And of course, if you had died in that world, then your body would have died at the same time. But, seeing how which means you could have died in that battle ever since you came in the trial. So King asked the question about, the decision I made was right in the trial or something. Well, King asked Gluckshina, the decision I made not to kill Ro, was that the right stuff? Although, Gluckshina explains, you just made a choice that I was unable to. History's not something that could be easily twisted and changed, The smallest trivial change unknowingly could, have a massive shift to your fate. Not to mention, because our work was working to correct history, it forced you back into the original world, That's when, Gluckshina says, if one small step made a mistake, an unknown force will come in and make sure it continues, Not to mention, he also tells King, like, if you made the same choices I had, you would have gone down a spiral of rage and hatred, and you would never come back to this world. Although Gluckshinia compliments King by saying, but you made a choice that I could not be able to, and you were able to return. I hope you grew a lot out of this, you know? And then, like, of course, King was really happy to see Gluckshinia complimented him, but he's trying to wonder, hold on, I do feel a lot of power drawing off from the spirit and Taizai world, you know? I wonder if it's the same thing as I'm back in my old body, you know? And then Gluckshinia's like, huh? What are you trying to think? Although King does have some repercussions, maybe because of the time traveling technique, you know? And that's when, like, Gluckshinia was concerned, but Dolar says it must be the time traveling technique. But we also have to it that, King tries to tell Diane, you gotta come back safely as well. And he ends up saying, I'm getting worried about King, so I'm gonna go up. I'm about to get going now. How about you guys? And he goes like, Diane, back into the past where she's in Dolar or Droll's body, you know? Or she ends up saying, I'm kind of worried about King. I'll be right back, you know? What are you gonna do? And the real Gother says, what do you think? I'm gonna stop the Holy War. However, there's one problem. An unknown strong presence comes out of nowhere, and of course Maricela actually contacted Zeldris and so forth. And Zeldris does come out, does being revealed in this at the end of the chapter. He comes out and says he's close by. I'm just doing my job, and therefore shows up right in front of Dolar and freaking like Gother, you know. And this is where he's about to make his move to kill both of them. Possibly, because that look on his face is like saying, I'm ready to freaking kill you because of what you did, you know? That kind of thing. So yeah, in this chapter, we have to it that King passed Gluckshinia's trial. He made a decision that Gluckshinia was unable to make, and the reason behind why King made that kind of decision was because there was like a certain action afflicted with them, and they were not a true evil, and that is a true fact. Never thought of that when coming right up the top, and Gluckshinia was really happy that he actually passed that kind of trial, and should he actually made that same move as he did, then all hell would have broken loose. All hell would have been on King right now. But Diane herself, she is about to go through a certain hell herself, because Zeldris is now in front of her in the time traveling technique that she's going through a trial on, and it's not going to be looking good. Because we all know why Zeldris is there at the end of the manga, you know? Possibly to kill Gother for disobeying and escaping prison because of his like disobedience, etc. So yeah, looking forward to the next chapter. I don't know what's really bound to happen, but guarantee it's not gonna be looking pretty. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye.